So, there's currently a by-election happening in Caerphilly, and Caerphilly happens to be where I, comedian and friend Harry Dobbs, live. Given that I live in Caerphilly, I have received a lot of promotional flyers and letters and kind of junk from all the different political parties. I've received 26 specifically different bits of junk, and I've decided to rank all the parties based entirely on these materials. Why? We can find out at the end. Or you can use the time codes below to skip there and skip through the video, because I'm going to be covering some other stuff. But first I'm going to talk about the by-election and why it's important, and also my ranking criteria and what I'm marking all of the different parties on. And also then, yeah, I'll do the actual ranking. Are you excited yet? Because I'm thrilled. How obvious is it that I'm reading? Probably quite. I wrote so much stuff for this, it's going to be really obvious. Okay, so this by-election has come about because the previous MS for Caerphilly, Heaven David, passed away. Now, normally this would go uncontested and Labour would just kind of stay in the seat, but due to the current standings, if this seat doesn't go to Labour, it's going to be a massive shake-up for the power in Wales. What's this for more info? I'm pointing. I've never done any video editing before, so maybe the video link won't be here, but maybe I'm holding for Wales see Wales right now. Who can say?
Yeah, it was. There was one point I realised that I was forcing an elected member of the Senate to listen to music and lyrics that I wrote as a 14-year-old.
He lent into it, to be fair.
He did. He was feeling it. Yeah.
So what you actually now have is a very brutal political battle that largely has nothing to do with Caerphilly, the place that it's actually meant to be about, and is actually just 8 white men fighting for power in a way that will ruin a lot of lives, which is fun as a person who lives here. It's really great, actually. The fun of my setup is you can really see all the screens I've got shining on my glasses, but the thing is I'm not wearing glasses as a bit. I just can't see. If I do this, I look kind of wrong and crazy, so I need these bad boys. But the main relevant thing is that all these parties are now putting in a lot of resources and money and effort into Caerphilly. And because of that, there's a lot of tact and just kind of stuff. I say all parties, only 4 of them sent anything. Apparently UKIP can't be bothered. Come on, guys, you got this. Put some effort in. UKIP is still a thing. I didn't think that was around anymore. Part 2, the criteria. So what am I basing my rankings on? Firstly, quality. What are they saying and how are they saying it? Secondly, quantity. How much are they saying and how much are they using to do so? Thirdly, bilingual. Kind of how much of what they're saying is in Welsh. And bwysig iawn a dwi'n mynd I bod yn greulon i'r rai sydd ddim reform yr unig rai sydd ddim. Mae pawb arall wedi neud, mae reform wedi just anwybyddu'r Cymraeg rhan fwyaf. Then finally, I'll factor in how many times the word Caerphilly is used, because a lot of this election is being blown out to be a UK thing, which I don't think is really good, because we kind of need an MS that's specifically for Caerphilly, because Caerphilly's not doing so great. Not that anywhere in Wales is doing great right now, but specifically Caerphilly needs a Caerphilly-based person. And I kind of want to see how that is communicated door to door. Okay, so we're now on the actual ranking, and I'll start with an honourable mention, which is this Stand Up to Racism leaflet that I got. It doesn't actually qualify because it's not a specific party, but I did just like it. It's nice. I really enjoy the energy of not saying who to vote for, but just being yeah, not those guys. Also bilingual, which we love that. Diana Mana. The risk of giving away how Reform are gonna do, yeah, I like this one quite a lot. So in joint 5th place, so it's gonna be quite apparent that I'm looking at my notes for this, we've got the Liberal Democrats, GLAD, Welsh Conservatives, and UKIP with 0 all around. Poor showing, boys. You'll get them next time. The 5th place prize is Tears from My Lids. So kind of throughout this, I'm going to be chatting about it generally and highlighting some specific ones that I think are of note. In 4th place is the Green Party with 1 leaflet that, to be fair, is bilingual, well done, and has 1 use of Caerphilly. Look, I think I should point out that it's probably for the best that Green only put out one piece of paper to be thrown in the bin. Like, it would kind of go against the whole point if they'd given as much non-recyclable waste as the rest of these parties have. But, like, it's all right. It says who he is. It says that Labour's bad. It says that Reform's bad. It doesn't say what they're going to do, which is kind of a theme going forward. I don't like that it's in the third person. I would quite like if this was Gareth talking to me personally. That's Green Gareth, not UKIP Gareth. UKIP Gareth, do not talk to me. If you see me about, just kind of like don't say anything, ideally. Green Party, your prize is a hair from my head. Ow. So I've had to put the mic down for this one because this is the first one we've actually got like a thing to talk about. Third place, we have Reform with real-life stinky man Clear Powell. I walked past him on the street. The man genuinely just smells. And if you think that's not true, it's as true as everything Reform says. So if you think that's a lie, you think everything Reform says is. Look, they've got 7 pieces of kind of junk and tat, only 2 of which are bilingual, which I think is kind of... It would be better if there were none, because clearly they did think about it, but they just didn't think about it much. How obvious is it that I'm keeping eye line with me and not with the camera? Now that I pointed it out, it was? And only 9 mentions of Caerphilly, which might seem like a lot, but that is less than 2 per sheet. And there are like a lot of words on these, and they just don't really talk about Caerphilly. So the main issue I have with these is I can see how you would fall for this, because like you can see they've got their 5-step plan, but all 5 steps are not things they are doing. It's just like, Step 1, Labour sucks. Step 2, Plaid sucks. Step 3, we won't. Step 4, immigrants bad. Step 5, profit. And like that's not actually like a plan of any kind. Like we got this one here, which is just like stop immigration. I don't know if you know this statistic. Only I think it's less than 3% of the people in Caerphilly were born outside of the UK. Okay, so my camera died and I'm now putting it back. It might not be in exactly the same place. That looks fine. Like I said, there's 7 items, and guess how many of them mention immigration? Yeah, it's 7. It's 7 of them. It's good to know that Reform only has 1 idea. Now, I do actually quite like this one, because the one side is awful, like it's just a poster for Reform, but they did leave the other side blank, so you could kind of draw your own thing, and I think that's lovely. I think it's nice to kind of let the creative juices fly. Okay, what's next? Oh, I hate this one. So this one mentions Keir Starmer as many times as Caerphilly, and I don't think he's relevant. The last time I checked, he doesn't know what a Caerphilly is. This one also, yeah, it says to scrap net zero. So it's good to know that the climate crisis is done. I'm glad we nailed that one. I must have missed when that happened. This does have something I love. Look at this. It looks like one of those like pictures of a celebrity that's photoshopped for them to be holding a t-shirt. I think that's lovely. I think it's like, I don't think these men have met. So that's fun. Yeah, the problem with this is like mostly lies. And looking at the script, I mostly have stuff written for Reform, which I don't love. But I'm on the last one now. This one is just... So clearly a neighbour of mine has really taken to heart and has typed up in handwritten font a personal letter to everyone on the electoral register, and was funded by Reform, which it does say, to be fair, they're not lying about that. But oh, he's had so much of Labour that he has no choice but to become a racist. I know not everyone who votes Reform is a racist. Some of them are just being misled by the liars in charge. It is quite fun. I don't know if you've seen any of those clips where it's like Nigel Farage meeting one of his cronies that actually believes in the stuff they're saying. It's like imagining if a stormtrooper met the Emperor and he's like, hey man, I love this whole keeping order in the galaxy, and the Emperor's like, oh no, we're just trying to do as much evil as we can before they stop us. Allegedly he's evil. I don't know. Nigel Farage might be lovely in real life. Who can say? He might be nice. I don't know. He's a prick. Reform, your prize is pee from my balls. In second place is Welsh Labour. Now, there are only 6 items, but they are all bilingual, and there are 18 mentions of Caerphilly. So, you know, there's stuff going for them. Positives, I like that it's all in first person. I enjoy that. It feels like my friend is writing to me. My friend, Richard. He's a guy, isn't he? He's one of them. And like these guys, they are lying, but they're lying for better than Reform. Like, not for good, but like they're pretending to be all right. So I think what I love is they're leading with a "save our libraries" as a motto. They don't mention at any point that they're saving the libraries from Labour. Like, it's Labour that's closing them. They're saying vote Labour so they won't close, which I think is a great, absolute wonderful way to do things. I think this was definitely the most boring haul. Like, it doesn't help that I was reading them closer to the end, and I read 26 political leaflets for this, which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. They say that Plaid, I think in this one, is it this one? No, this one's all right. This is when they're talking about how they're actually listening to people, and that's nice, and I appreciate that. This is the one where they say that Plaid are always distracted by independence, which currently my main issue with Plaid is that they've kind of ignored that, whereas that is a big part of what they're meant to be doing. And it kind of just ignores that a lot of the bad stuff that's happening in Wales is from the UK government and from the UK as a whole, and England. England bad. Oh, they mentioned the Tories. That's adorable. I think they really appreciate that. Labour, your prize is the sweat from my brow. Then, in first place, with an amazing 10 items, all bilingual, and a whopping 23 mentions of Caerphilly, it's Plaid, which is not what I'm holding. It's Plaid Cymru, and things that I like about this, a lot of it is in first person, which is lovely. Something that surprised me in this is that a lot of what Plaid is saying is quite similar to what Reform's saying, except they're like, Labour sucks and the current situation sucks, but immigration isn't bad, which is nice. It's nice that there's two parties that are saying almost the same thing, but one's racist and one isn't, allegedly. Something that I love about Plaid is that they're like fighting. He's got that dog in him, does Lindsay. Like, it's just like, there's Trump there. So, okay, this is my this is kind of the reason I wanted to do this, and my favourite bit of this. Yes, it's in English. So, in the English side, it's referring to the Reform guy as Farage's man. And in the Welsh side, it refers to it as Farage's little dog. Which is funny, because none of the Reform guys speak Welsh. I like this one because you look at it and you're like, who even said that? And then it's like, there he is. There's a little chappy. Look at him go. And you're like, which pipe? There he is. Oh, look at him. He's a cheeky little guy. What a little guy he is. What kind of guy you are? I kept this one and I don't really remember why. Oh yeah, it's because he says he's had so many conversations, and I'm like, oh, well done. Look at you go. You're talking to people. You got friends. And then finally, we've got this letter from Marina Piorwedd, and that is for me. That's who I am. That's the guy that's doing this. That's me. He talks about Gaza in this one, which is nice that someone referenced it. Yeah, I like this one because it says that you should talk to your friends, and that's my favourite thing to do. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be talking to my friends. Nearly there. Okay, clap. Straighten it up a little bit. Oh, I gotta change it again. Okay. So the main issue with Plaid stuff is that it's basically not saying what they're going to do, and it's just saying that all the other parties suck, which is also what all the other parties said, and they're all just saying the same thing, and it's this whole thing's being mean. This sucks. Like I've just done all this. They're saying the same thing, they just replace the names of the parties they think suck with the names of the parties that they're not. Balls. Plaid, your prize is the spit from my mouth. So finally, why have I done this? It's a bit of fun, really. Just remember, when the Senate elections come around next year, Reform is lying, Labour's lying, Plaid's lying, and the rest kind of aren't saying anything. So, you know, I mean, Reform's actually pure evil, allegedly. They are. So like, don't vote for them, but also, like, the other ones also kind of suck, so maybe you should demand better and, like, start setting fires, the things you can say. That's the end. I'm Harry. Follow me on Instagram at DobbsIsFunny. I do comedy. I post about it there. I might start doing more videos, who can say. I've got 2 podcasts, Didn't Ask, where me and better comedians answer stupid questions. Muppets Peaky Blinders.
Muppets Peaky Blinders.
I think we keep Sam Neill as the horrible cop. Everyone else is Muppets. He's trying to break this Muppet crime ring in Birmingham. The idea is Muppets in Birmingham.
The Muppets
the sequel to Take Manhattan. Muppets take
Birmingham. But they become gangsters for no explicable reason.
And the Justin Timberthon with me and comedian of equal value Mae Thompson are reviewing everything on Justin Timberlake's IMDb. He's been in bad stuff. He's a bad guy. I mostly talk about bad people.
Gross.
I reckon I would have already done the bath preview by the time this comes out.
The bath preview sounds horrible.
I'm doing a preview of
That's
the
a
bath.
shower.
Preview of a bath. This is just a taste of what you can get. That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
After how much I was laughing at my own joke.
That's the funniest joke you ever made.
All right, that's kind of it. Vote. Just vote for the one that you think is the least evil, largely. This is releasing on Friday. It's too late. The world's ending.